John Cornyn yesterday, we told you, came out and said, look, we don't want to repeal the whole bill. I mean, there are some parts of it that I guess we agree with and that are non-objectionable. For example, covering pre-existing conditions. Of course, you should cover people that have pre-existing conditions, and so we're not being unreasonable. Now, and then he went on to lie about a couple of things. I explained it yesterday. He pretended to be in favor of Medicare, and he's pretending that this bill will somehow raise your premiums. It might not prevent that, but the bill itself, of course, does not do that. But that's standard Republican stuff. Well, interesting reaction happened to Cornyn. Other conservatives went ballistic. They're like, how dare you? No, we repeal the whole thing in its entirety. You don't like anything. You don't like any part of it. If you have a pre-existing condition, you should be denied insurance. Free market. And Cornyn got scared. You know how the conservative bloggers are. They're enraged. So Cornyn came out with saying, wait, backpedal. No. I mean, make no mistake about it. I fully support repealing this Washington takeover of health care. But then added, look, you know, there was a lot of bipartisan things we could have agreed to, but Obama didn't do that because he's so partisan. Obama's better. Is that good? Is that better? And you know what? It wasn't better. It didn't appease the conservative bloggers at all. Eric Erickson came out and said, this is exactly the kind of, you know, weakness that we need to get rid of in the Republican Party. Yeah, I know. The Republican Party, they're just too weak. Right? They're not obstructionist enough. You're right. He says some mendacious messaging about bipartisan cooperation is not going to cut it. And that's why we need to, quote, send an army of conservatives to the Senate who will push back against John Cornyn. John Cornyn, Republican of Texas, is too liberal. Too liberal for conservative bloggers. Why? Because he says that there are some parts of the bill, maybe 1% or something, that doesn't make, that is not completely objectionable. How dare you? Every part of the bill is terrible. It must be crushed. That's it. John Cornyn is a liberal. Get him out. They're doing a primary against Bob Bennett of Utah. Even Karl Rove was asked on television this morning, is Bob Bennett a liberal? He's like, I campaigned for him, and I wouldn't campaign for a liberal. Bob Bennett of Utah's a liberal now? Are you mental? And the answer to that is, of course they are. I mean, they're so far out to the right. Attila the Hun is in their rearview mirror. Attila the Hun, lib, progressive, Marxist, Maoist. I mean, if you think John Cornyn is too liberal, all right. Have at it, Hoss. All right, you get guys that are further right-wing than John Cornyn. See how that works out for you in general elections.